Good Saturday morning, YouTube land. This is Oshin. I have been very quiet on my YouTube channel lately, and to be honest, the last month or so hasn't been great for my mental health. And, I journaled this morning, and last night I was kind of going through my videos and I rewatched my own video on the importance of journaling, and I wanted to kind of throw out today a little bit that for those of you out there who maybe have picked up a journaling practice or are trying to figure out some kind of spiritual practice right now because of my stuff, it's okay to fall off. It's just okay. It happens. Life gets in the way, and the important thing is that you are flexible. You are able to adjust your practice. As I've said, my practice normally is 45 minutes of meditation or 45 minutes of journaling in the morning, followed by 15 minutes of meditation. And that just feels really overwhelming to me right now. So I've kind of scaled it back. I'm running about 22 minutes of journaling and about 8 minutes of meditation. And it's helping. I'm hoping to get back up to my normal time, but rather than feel overwhelmed by it because I just have so much going on in my life right now when it comes to just life and appointments and I had to change my PCP practice after 9 years in the last 2 weeks due to treatment after 9 years that was completely unjustifiable, and it actually took me ending the relationship with my practice before anybody called me from the practice when I had made every effort in that week before I did that to try to get the practice to talk to me. It's been really hard to let go of that. I lost one of the best psychiatrists I've ever had. I'm looking for a new psychiatrist. Thus far, I like my new PCP. We're looking for someone within their network to do meds management because my primary care doctor, well, the new one, really isn't comfortable managing my psych meds because it's really not her area of expertise, which is understandable. And with that happening, and the last couple of days I've been in this really horrible funk, and I figured out why. In February, as I've said, I pretty much disavowed and disowned my mother, and my biological mother, and I really, at this point, still don't want anything to do with her. I just, you know, I'm not in a place where I hate my biological mother or I love my biological mother. I'm really just kind of indifferent at her. As I've been talking to people this last couple of days, it's kind of this moment of, eh, I, I'm sorry, I just don't have anything to offer you anymore. I don't want to be part of your life. I don't want you to be part of mine. About 2 weeks ago, I got sort of an mean spirited and almost attacked a text message from her. I had actually thought when I had disconnected and I deleted her number that I had blocked her, or apparently I didn't, which was my fault. But it really kind of threw me in this last couple of weeks. I've been trying to act like it didn't hurt and that it wasn't a big deal, but I mean, really, it kind of was. I mean, for me, it kind of brought up the fact that after 7.5 months with no communication between you and your child, the way you approach communication is to be attackful. And it just, I'm working on that one in therapy, obviously, but it kind of all struck me. And yesterday was my biological mother's birthday, and it put me in a weird mood, and I've been going through my own stuff. But I just, part of my YouTube channel, as I've said, is about, deepening ourselves and becoming whole in the process. And a video I watch a lot on YouTube that I do highly recommend is The Art of Asking, done by Amanda Palmer, who is an artist. A lot of people know her or don't know her. But one of the things that she talks about in the Art of Asking video, it's a TED talk. So if you just go to TED on YouTube and type it in, you'll find it. Um, is that, our blogs, our writing, our tweeting, our social media outlets aren't just about, hey, look at my new video or look at what I'm doing. It's also about our fears, our hangovers, our the things that are happening. And, I've been kind of in laying low mode this last 2 or 3 weeks on YouTube, and it has nothing to do with YouTube itself. It's just I've been kind of in a weird space, and I think, that the point of what I'm saying is, if you're picking up practices, emotional, spiritual, whatever they may be, to better your life, falling off and getting out of sync is okay. For me, one of the things that has been super useful in this last several months is having reminders. And, as I said, I have an iPhone, I have a third gen iWatch, a third gen Apple Watch, and I have a MacBook Pro, so I'm pretty much a total Apple person. And there's iCloud, and one of the best things about iCloud, when all your devices are synced, is you can set reminders. And so, I have reminders for my meds and my business cards. So, I just added two reminders today. I added a reminder to journal, and I added a reminder to meditate. And I'm going to try that for the next week and see if it helps me get back into practice and get back into sync. And, I mean, really and truly, it's not that I don't want to keep doing my YouTube. I just haven't had the energy to really present the kind of stuff I want to present. And really, today's video is more about just being honest with all of you out there, and that, I'm not perfect. I'm not the perfect person. I'm just a human trying to be a better human. And I'm falling out of practice, and I'm hoping to get back in. And, you got to be careful when you start to fall out of practice, because it can take you a really long time to get back in. And, I mean, especially, 10, 15 years ago, we didn't have the technology we have now. And, reminders are a great way. And, making it a point to, scale your practice. I mean, sometimes if your practice is too overwhelming, shorten the length. Allow yourself the flexibility to shorten down your time. And if that works, great. There may come a point where you decide, hey, I want to jump my time back up. And I think that it's just really important that we all out there that have daily emotional and spiritual practices know at what point we need to shorten or lengthen practice, and be okay if we fall off. If you have a month where you're just kind of out of sync and out of practice, that's okay. The important thing is being able to recognize it and get back into it. And, that's my goal this week, is to just get back into my own practice. And I mean, really, as I said, in my journal this morning, and again, my video on journaling about sharing stuff, be very careful what you share. But this is not something that I feel needs to be private. To do the groundings and the trances and the different meditations I want to be throwing out on YouTube, I have to be grounding. I have to be meditating. I have to be doing my own trance work, because my inspiration to do those videos and help other people get through it comes directly out of my own work. And, when I'm not in practice, when I'm, not in, again, when I'm not in practice, I can't do what my channel is about. And so, I wanted to just kind of throw it out there for everyone that, you know, I've been out of sync. And it's not that I'm angry or upset at myself. It's just recognizing truly that I'm just out of sync. That's all. I'm out of sync. I'm out of practice. And, that's okay. It's okay to be out of sync. It's okay to be out of practice. And don't get mad at yourself. Just try to take a breath, step back, recognize it, and find a way to maybe make it better. I mean, for me, like I said, using reminders is a great way in my life to help me with things. And that's what I've done. It's just setting reminders to do things. And so, I hope everyone's been having a good couple of weeks. And, I'm going to wrap this up with, I got my own stuff in front of me, and, I'm trying to get more out there and more on YouTube. But if I don't get my own sync down, I can't do what I want to do out here on YouTube. And so, again, I'm just, rather than my YouTube just being about, hey, do this meditation or trance, I also want people to realize that my channel is a place where I'm going to talk about my own hangups and my own fears and whether or not I'm doing what I need to be doing in my life, because it's a great space of accountability. Anywho, I hope everyone has a fabulous weekend. Peace out, Oshin.